that all the communities do favor going forward with that study that will come and answer Kankakee's question, that will answer Champaign's question, and all the questions, and get us closer to being ready. Remember, he said, I don't remember which one, either Mark or Rick said, the reason we're ahead of the curve is because we started working a while back. So we want to be ahead of the curve by having that study that says, okay, is it truly great to go 220 from Chicago to St. Louis, going through Kankakee and going through Champaign? We are very, what do you call it, I guess, what's the word? Motivated. Also, we're selfish. We wanted to come through Champaign. You wanted to come through Kankakee. You want to be on the beaten path. Why should all development in Illinois go from Chicago west all the time? It'd be great if it comes Chicago, Kankakee, to Champaign, and link to other big cities. You know, our cities are large, then Decatur, then Springfield, and end up in St. Louis. Rick didn't say it, but the first several miles, is it 30 or 52 University Park? Whatever I can't remember. But it's grade separated. It means they don't have to do anything. And then from there to here to Champaign, you got double wide right away. You can build another rail without buying extra. We got it almost made. So what we're asking is, can Champaign, Decatur, and Springfield add Kankakee's voice to saying, we're open-minded, we want that study, we want them to move forward. And I think that plays very well in Springfield, plays very well with the governor, plays very well in Washington. That's what we're asking you for. Number two, I want to draw you a word picture. And you fit in where your word picture would fit. I live in Champaign, I have some clients in Chicago. When I go see that client, I can see one client, and I've just wasted my day. I got in the car, I'd love to drive 100 miles per hour, but I'll get a ticket, so I can't drive 100 miles an hour. So it's 2.5 hour trip. Then I get to Chicago, and I have to fight the traffic, and then I have to pay $30 for parking. What would happen if I get to the station, jump on the train, 45 minutes later, I'm in Chicago. It's a comfortable train, it's a clean train, it has internet, I have my iPhone and my laptop. I work while the guy drives or the lady drives, or maybe nobody drives. And I get down there and I take a cab for 10 bucks to my client, I'm back, and I still have half a day. You can do the same thing, but not just you, your businesses in Kankakee will do the same thing. That's why people want to live in Kankakee and Champaign. You would get multitudinal economic development opportunities because people can go that far. Third, do you remember before interstates? I wasn't around, you probably were. How would you go to Chicago driving up 45 and 50? You would die. We get on 57, right? A bullet train is the same to us in the future as the interstate is now, as opposed to 45 and 50. Do you remember when PCs, personal computers, became affordable for us? Is anybody as a CPA here or no? No CPAs. Go back and Google the internet for an old-fashioned CPA, had a cap and was sitting on a slanted table writing on a ledger.
With an abacus?
Yeah, exactly. Now we use Excel and we use a personal computer. It sped up my business, it sped up your business. It's the same deal. A bullet, you cannot go more than 75 miles per hour before getting a ticket. I can go 220 miles per hour and I don't have to get a ticket. So again, it's an investment in the future. I think the government needs to cut pork, needs to control spending, but invest in the future. Why should Spain be better than us? And I'm also tired of paying for it. Every time I fill up my gas tank, I hate that we're giving money to people who hate us. Can you tell I'm passionate about this? Keep the money here, have less trade deficit, be more efficient. That's why we're excited about it. And I'm a fiscally conservative guy. So, Laura.
Yeah, I also, my favorite story that I hate that gets told about Champaign County is how we lost Netscape. And you heard it here today. Part of that was we weren't positioned to be able to help that company when they got started, but we are in the same position now. I mean, high-speed rail is going to happen, and And so it either happens here or it happens someplace else, and that's the reality of it. And if we can't, at a time when our federal government has Illinois in all kinds of leadership positions, if we can't do this now, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah, we have Rayla Hood, who's from Peoria Transportation, Durbin, who's very influential, Obama. I mean, it'd be nice whether you voted for them or not to tap that it's time. So what we're asking for is just help us to get the study, and they're also asking a broader question than this. Any questions?
In Europe, do they have the security screening on the trains similar to the airport?
In Spain they do. It's not, you don't have to take off your pants. It's like airport security was here in the 70s. Trains are very different. Part of the reason you need security on a plane is because it's so easy to take it down when it's so spectacular. The trains are much more robust. You don't need the same security. But that's, Spain is pretty, that's pretty social.
Any questions for the Champagne delegation?
Well, Habib, Mike, to Rick, to everybody, to our elected officials here today, and many of you folks representing government and private sector, thank you so much for coming. I hope it's given you something more to think about, to engage in as we go forward in this initiative. I want to take just one quick second too to introduce Warren Brown. Warren's here from Manteno. He's new with the Chamber of Commerce in Manteno, so this is one of his first public viewings outside of Manteno. So Warren, thank you so much for coming over. And to Laura and your team from Champaign County, we've known each other for a long time, and it's the first time I've ever seen you here. So thank you very much for coming.
I've only seen you in Champaign once, so we're even.
We're big supporters. So, having said that, I think these folks can stick around for a couple minutes if you want to talk to them personally. I know some of you are shy, so you can step up and get that information and we'll move forward. Okay?
If you were able to fill out the form, I will take it from you. If you are not comfortable filling out the form but want to stay in touch, we'll take a business card. And I appreciate your time. Thank you.